G'day Marshmallows, your requests have been answered. This is going to be a very unique sort of reaction because first of all, I am still in the middle of my reaction to the animated TV show. I'm only up to season 3 now. I haven't even started it yet. And on top of that, I don't usually react to trailers, so this is a first for me, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I just feel like maybe this is going to be a very unique sort of take on this show because I haven't even seen the result of the end of the show yet. I don't know what's going to happen to Aang or the Aang gang. I'm very excited to just see what my impression is of this trailer, whether it's going to fall short of the hype that I'm hearing a lot going around. I do feel like I haven't been exposed as much to just the grandeur of this show and just what it means to fans. So I do feel like I'm a little bit on the outside, but I hope that that lends itself to just how unique this video ends up being. Without further ado, let's watch the trailer. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna watch the whole thing through and then I'm going to go back and talk about things in small increments. So I hope that works for you guys. I haven't done this before, so.
The Fire Nation is embarked on a dark path.
Oh,
The world might never recover.
oh there's Appa.
The world needs the Avatar.
Who's narrating?
It needs you, Aang.
Oh, Skybeam, let's go. There's our boy. Good start.
Destroyed everything in their path.
Dude, Ozai looks so good.
It's gonna need Aang.
There goes the savior of the world.
The sarcasm already. Love it.
I chased down every hint of the Avatar.
My honor.
My destiny.
Oh, they look so good. And the CG.
I don't want the responsibility.
You don't have to do this alone. Me, Tara, and a flying ball of fur. What more do you need?
And Momo. It seems so wholesome. I think that's the important thing.
The world needs you. Remember what it is we're really fighting for.
Oh my goodness, the choreography.
I'm the Avatar, and I'm
Oh,
gonna
the
save
blue
the
spirit.
world with my friends.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. There's a boomerang. Dude, Jet. Oh shoot. Things about to go down. Let's go. Oh, like that was incredible, man. Holy moly. Oh, I can't believe that. That was flipping amazing. Just seeing the choreography and the fact that you could see even the airbending. Everything looks so smooth. That was one of my biggest worries, was trying to convert just a huge amount of incredible fight choreography from animation into live action. That was my biggest concern because how do you take a huge scene, we've got firebending and airbending, all that, and apply it to make it look real? That's so hard. You have to have an incredible budget for the CGI to make it look real. I haven't seen the actual movie yet, so hang around if you want to watch me react to that because from what I've heard, it's pretty awful. All right, I'm gonna start going back and we'll just pause it and I'll just talk about it as we go.
The Fire Nation is embarked on a dark path.
I like that the first thing we hear is that the Fire Nation's on a dark path. It's like we're addressing the fact that perhaps even the Fire Nation is somewhat self-aware of what they're doing is wrong. I kind of like it.
The world might never recover. The world needs the Avatar.
Man, that was good. Just seeing like someone getting absolutely torched alive like that is kind of, it's awful because when you're watching this show, you are aware of just the atrocities of what the Fire Nation has done to families and generations of people. It's awful. And you know, I think one of the biggest examples we get is from Katara and how she brings up her mother regularly through the show, and it kind of reminds us how damaging on a personal level what the Fire Nation has done. So when you see a live action version of someone being torched like that by a Fire Nation soldier or whoever that was, I wonder if that's going to be something we find when we watch this show, is that some of those scenes hit harder, just the reality of war, because I think it's a bit different when you're watching an animated show. It doesn't feel as real, if that makes sense.
It needs you, Aang.
So cool.
The Fire Nation has destroyed everything in their path.
There's Azula, I'm assuming. I've seen the casting. I haven't actually seen Firelord Ozai's face yet in the TV show. He looks so intimidating. I know the actor, and the stuff I've seen him in has been pretty good so far. And I mean, even this shot of Zuko, like, he looks so good. One of the biggest worries I had with this show was trying to get used to the new faces, because obviously they're going to look nothing like the actual animated characters, simply because they're animated, right? So that's such a difficult thing to find the live action versions and do it correctly. But just from watching this trailer, it's phenomenal just how quickly attached I got to them. I think the biggest thing is going to be the chemistry between the characters. That's going to solidify how convinced I am by the casting.
If the world is gonna have any chance, it's gonna need Aang.
Not I've heard of that meme.
There goes the savior of the world.
The first thing I noticed there was the fact that he went into the pole when he was on the airbending like ball thing, which is exactly what we see in the intro in the animated show. I love that they added that in there. It's a nice little bit of fan service, but it shows that the writers are actually thinking about the fans. You know, they're really considering us and being like, okay, what are some things that they're going to want to see? Obviously, I don't think the whole show is going to be simply just fan service, but I'm glad they're thinking about the fans, if that makes sense.
It's my destiny.
I'm not someone who can stop the Fire Nation. I don't want the responsibility.
You have me, Tara, and a flying ball of fur. What more do you need?
Just moment, yeah. Can I just say, like, how warm I feel when I see both Sokka and Katara? Like, they don't look exactly how they looked in the animated show, except for Sokka. Sokka looks like just the perfect casting. But even Katara, like, just her smile there, I was convinced she'll be she will be the heart of the group when it comes out. I think that their roles and their responsibilities in the group, in the show, capturing that in the live action show is going to be super integral to just the overall success of the show. And yeah, I think that's what you want to feel when you watch this show. You want to feel the stakes, but you also want to feel just the heart, the deeper meanings that are going on about loss and relationships and that sort of thing.
The world needs you.
Oh, there's her too.
The ones we love.
I like that we got to see that Earth Kingdom, and you could even see the actual slides, their mode of transporting items and supplies and that sort of thing. That was cool. Because isn't this supposed to be the first season, the animated show? So the end of this season is going to be them at the Water Tribe, I'm assuming, which is kind of good because I feel like a lot of this would be spoilers for me. But based on what we know about the show, and that this is going to be the first season, right? I'm already surprised we're getting even snippets of like Firelord Ozai, right? So that gives me the impression that we're going to get far more backstory and far more insight into, I guess, the psyche and the relationships between people from the Fire Nation, which I really like. I think the animated show does a really good job in the first season of spending a lot of time with Aang, Katara, and Sokka. But I think if I could rewatch the show and change some things, it would be for us to get some more backstory into like Ozai, Zuko throughout the first season. I wanted it to almost be even, if that makes sense. So I'm glad that we're getting some small snippets of Firelord Ozai talking to like Azula and that sort of thing. I think that's going to be super important.
I'm the Avatar. I'm gonna save the world. With my friends.
Hell yeah. With your friends. That's an important distinction. My goodness, even just all that choreography there was incredible. I think that that's going to be the biggest seller for me, is seeing when two elements combine. Like when Katara uses like some sort of water shield to block fire. That is going to be what sells me on the action scenes. Mate, even just that small snippet there was just so much the process. That was incredible. This makes me so giddy. I cannot imagine how you guys who are watching this feel about this trailer, because for me, I've only watched 2 seasons of the animated show and I'm already hyped up. I feel like all of you guys would just be going crazy over this. That was incredible. I also like how they included the vibe of the intro from the animated show with the chaka 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 chaka. I thought that was really good. I feel like that's really important. And just to see Aang sort of going into his avatar state, far out. By the way, the last episode I watched, which was last week, was Aang basically getting just absolutely destroyed by lightning from Azula while he was in the avatar state. So I am on a bit of a cliffhanger at the moment, but it was nice seeing him go to the avatar state in the live action. I can't help but think about when he got shot, because that's the last thing I saw. Oh my goodness. I have extremely high hopes for this. By nature, I am very optimistic, but I think we can all agree when we look at that it's on the right path at least. Obviously, things can still go wrong. Things could still go brilliantly. It's hard to say for sure, but based on that trailer, I think it's in good hands. From what I've heard, the writers of the animated show apparently bailed because they didn't agree with some of the creative choices they were making when producing this. I'm not sure if that's true, so please correct me in the comments, but that's not a good sign. And from what I've heard, people were quite worried about that. But from what we saw in the trailer, it looks like regardless of whether the animated show writers agree with what they're doing on Netflix, I think that they're trying to honor the source material regardless, even if they don't agree with each other, which I think is important. It's nice to see based on the trailer that they're paying a lot of homage to the animated show. They're highlighting a lot of the main traits the characters had. They're doing a brilliant job with the fight choreography. And I think from just some of the dialogue there with Aang saying, I'm going to save the world with my friends, and then Sokka saying, you've got us, we're family, that sort of thing. It shows that they've not missed the mark in terms of what the point of the show is. And from what I gathered from the first season, it was all about Aang dealing with his guilt and the shame of running away and feeling the huge loss of the genocide of the air nomads. And that his new family is Katara and Sokka, and that all is not lost. There is still hope, and he can achieve this thing that he needs to set out to achieve because he has his friends. And that's the highlight. That's the main theme of the first season, in my opinion. I think him going to the Water Tribe to learn waterbending is just like, it's almost a plot device almost. I think the heart of that first season is family and healing and that sort of thing. But yeah, I absolutely love that trailer, guys. I'm so hyped for it. I'm probably going to watch this a couple times just by myself, just in silence, just to really take it all in, because that was spectacular. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. This is my first kind of reaction to a trailer on YouTube. Go check out my reactions to the animated show. I'm watching the movie soon. I'm also going to watch Legend of Korra in a couple months. So go check those out. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Stay cozy.